So as you can see, we are out on some dirt state road. Well, it's not really a state road, it's a state forest road. It's like a fire break road. And this is one of the reasons we use a couple of different GPSs. We use Google Maps, and we also use our Garmin up here. But we Googled, we wanted to go see the headwaters of the Mississippi. And so we Googled it on Google Maps, and it took us out here. Which, as you can see, was not the destination we wanted or were told about. And when we turned on the dirt road, we thought something was up. But we thought, well, maybe it was a cut across road because Google likes to take you the fastest way. But it ended up taking us to a little turnaround spot next to a creek, which is probably part of the Mississippi or part of the start of the Mississippi. But it is not what is officially called the headwaters of the Mississippi. We actually walked across about knee deep. We are going to do that today. We found a spot that we had some reception and we were able to Google again, and actually, instead of Google mapping it, Googled it. And so we're off to a state park that is officially the headwaters of the Mississippi in Itasca State Park out here in Minnesota. So, but this is why you always have a backup, and you use a couple of different GPSs, because you don't know. Sometimes the GPS can mix up, or sometimes the road change and you don't have the latest updates. Plus, we use the Garmin when we're driving with the trailer, because that is specifically set up to our height and our weight, so that it will kick up bridges that are too low for us, or underpasses that are too low for us to get under at a height of 12.5 feet. So, and we also use a couple of different apps. We have a truck map app, which is for tractor trailers, and we have RV Life app, which has RV Trip Wizard, and that also has height restrictions that you can set up on it. So it is good to have many different things in your bag of tools, not only for GPS, but also for finding a place to stay or whatever, because you never know when you may be out here like we are right now, and I have absolutely no reception, and your GPS cuts out on you, and that's why my Garmin is actually satellite and not phone site or phone access required. But you never know when something like that's going to happen. You never know when you're going to need some extra information, and the app you're using doesn't have all the information you need. So it's good to have many tools in your bag. It's good to check several different things before you get out on a trip. We didn't on this one because, hey, Google Maps is usually pretty good, but once in a while it messes up. And even Garmin has messed up on us. I've had Garmin try to route us out and around the long way around, just because it doesn't like us to turn left or it doesn't like us to turn right. When Google Maps says, no, this is the best way there and it's 20 miles quicker, and we would check on RV Trip Wizard or one of our other apps to see if there was any low bridges in the Google Map route, and there's not. So we would take the Google Map route versus the Garmin, and eventually the Garmin would catches up with itself and agrees with Google Maps, and when that happens, we know we're right on. So anyways, just another tip from on the road, as we are on a trip on the road to go see the Mississippi headwaters. We'll catch you in a few when we actually get to the spot that we're supposed to be at. Thanks.
I hope it's not deeper than your shorts.
Hope not either. Here we go. We're walking across the Mississippi. In the middle of Mississippi.
Pippi, you made it! Come on, Pip. Come on, Pip. Come on.
Lower your body. Lower your body.
She wasn't getting wet.
All right, we finally made it to the headwaters of the Mississippi, as you can see by some of the pictures in the video. And this reminds me of our roadmap. As we tried to follow Google Maps, we have a roadmap as Christians, and that's the Bible. And God has put everything in His Word that we need to know. All the directions, all the rules for life, all of His guidance and His wisdom, so that we can follow that as we read it and study it and listen to the leading of the Holy Spirit. He shows us where He wants us to go, what He wants us to do, by the verses that He leads us to and the way the Spirit speaks to our hearts. So as you travel and wander with a purpose, remember to wander using the roadmap that God gave us, and that's His Word. And we'll see you out there on the road.